Check out this news article. It's about a landlord who's fined about £5,000 for illegally evicting a tenant and her daughter who are £17,000 in arrears in Walthamstow. I can understand the frustration the landlord's going through. I had a similar case, and a lot of landlords who've been landlords for a long time will have the same kind of situation where they've had to evict a tenant and ended up in tens of thousands of pounds worth of arrears because the tenants just decided they're not paying. It's very rare that the properties are actually dilapidated. My tenant lied through her teeth about the property and the state of the property. I gave her a lovely house and she didn't pay the rent because I had to sell the house. When I gave her notice, she decided I'm not paying anymore. I ended up with being owed £8,500, and I never got any of that money back ever. I went through the full legal process, which is serving her first with the initial notice, then she's not paid, so she's several months in arrears, already 2-3 months in arrears. Then I served the court papers. The court hearing we had, she said, yep, I'm going to leave. The following month, she still didn't leave, and then I had to get bailiffs in. So that took another 2-3 months and more costs. So this is the way they play the system here when people decide they're not going to pay the rent. It's actually very pro-tenant and very anti-landlord. And that's why a lot of landlords are very, very scared about renting to people who might not pay in the future. And every time the government introduces new rules and regulations, it's usually against the landlords. So landlords are just, ordinary people. People think that, oh, we're multi-billionaires, millionaires, and we're not. It takes a very long time to build up assets and to become rich. So you'll see people like me, when we're old, we finally got some assets worth talking about. But when you first start out in your first 5, 10 years, 20 years, you haven't even got the money that you've put into the property. You haven't even made that back for the first 10, 15 years.